Everybody thinks they know Japan. Neon streets, serene temples, and Mount Fuji towering in the distance. But here's the thing, those are just the highlights. What if I told you there's another side of Japan, a side most tourists absolutely miss? Hidden gems so breathtaking, they'll make you wonder why they're not on everybody's itinerary. In this video, I'm sharing 10 of Japan's best kept secrets, from massive outdoor hot springs to surreal sand sculptures. And if you're worried about traveling to Japan for the first time, don't worry, I got you covered with my free guide and the links in the description. Most hot springs feel small and private, right? Now imagine one so massive, they call it the 1,000-person bath. Sound crowded? Think again. What makes this riverside hot spring such a standout, and how do you get there? The place I'm talking about is Sennin-Budo in Wakayama Prefecture. Nestled right beside the river, this open-air hot spring bath is free to use, spacious, and surrounded by nature. And in winter, the steam bursting into the cold air, absolutely magical. Getting here is easy. From Osaka, take the JR Kuroshio Limited Express to Kitanabe. It's about a relaxing 2-hour train ride. From there, hop on a local bus to Kawayu Onsen, followed by a short, scenic walk to the spring. Also in the area is nearby Yinomine Onsen, which is one of Japan's oldest hot springs where you can boil eggs in the natural waters. Crazy. Or you can hike along the Kamado-Koto Pilgrimage Trail, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that takes you through lush forests and ancient shrines. What if I told you Japan had its own version of a desert? Golden sand dunes stretching out to the horizon, but with a nice cool ocean breeze to cool you down. How do you get to this unexpected landscape, and what makes it worth it? The place I'm talking about is Nakatajima Sand Dunes in Shizuoka. The dunes are constantly reshaped by the wind, and it feels like a slice of the Sahara dropped right next to the Pacific. And during nesting season, crazy enough, some sea turtles come to lay their eggs here, which is an unforgettable sight if you're lucky enough to catch it. How do you get here? From Tokyo, hop on the Tokaido Shinkansen to Hamamatsu Station, which is about a 90-minute ride. And then a quick 20-minute bus ride from there takes you straight to the sand dunes. So when you're there, you can wander the sand dunes, enjoy the ocean views, and if you're visiting during the summer, you might spot some of those baby sea turtles making their way towards the sea. You can even take a cruise on Lake Hamana and try one of the region's most famous dishes, eel. So Naga is known for its deer and temples, but there's a secret oasis, a pool so clear and green, it feels like you stepped straight into a dream. So how do you find this hidden gem, and why do locals like it? I got you. The place I'm talking about is Ryo Gabuchi. It's a serene spot in Nara, surrounded by really cool cliffs, absolutely lush greenery. The water here is so clear, you can see almost every pebble beneath the surface. So how do you get to this spot? From Osaka or Kyoto, take the Kintetsu Limited Express to Yoshino Station. It's like a beautiful 90-minute ride. Then you can grab the taxi for the final 20-minute stretch to the gorge. Again, it's not gonna drop you right there, so there's a little bit of walking involved. While you're here, you can cool off with a swim, dip your feet in, or even enjoy something like a picnic by the water. Nearby, there's Totsukawa Onsen for relaxing soak, or Dorogawa's mountain trails offer some of the most beautiful hikes in the area. So at this point in the video, is there a place that I haven't covered so far that you think might be coming? Drop your hidden gems in the comments. Love dramatic landscapes? Picture absolutely gorgeous turquoise waters cutting through some towering cliffs. Now imagine exploring all that by boat, or if you got some heart, whitewater rafting. So how do you navigate this beautiful gorge, and what can you expect? The place that I'm talking about here is Oboke Gorge in Tokushima Prefecture. How do you get here? From Osaka, take the JR Limited Express to Oboke Station, 3-hour train ride. And once you arrive, the boat dock is a short walk away, and the rafting tours start nearby. After you finish your adventure here, you can visit the Iya Valley, across the famous vine bridges, or explore Ochiai Village, and you can check out the traditional thatch roof houses, which honestly belong on a postcard. Imagine nature creating its own art gallery. Beautiful fields that turn into mirrors at sunset. It's like walking into a painting with this next place. The place that I'm talking about is Hamanoura Rice Terraces in Saga Prefecture. What makes this spot so photogenic, and how do you time your visit absolutely perfectly? During the spring, the flooded fields reflect to the sky like giant mirrors, and at sunset, the entire landscape glows up with shades of orange and gold. You gotta pay attention to the tides and honestly the seasons. Spring is a good time to visit in the late morning, summertime in the early morning, in the fall, the late afternoon, and wintertime. You get crisp views at all times. How do you get here? From Fukuoka, take the JR Karatsu line to Karatsu Station, which is a 90-minute ride. From there, it's a short taxi ride to the terraces. So what do you do when you're here? You capture the view at sunset, then visit Karatsu Castle for more gorgeous scenery. Or you can stop by the Yobuko Morning Market for some fresh local seafood and some unique local flavor. With this next place, you think most waterfalls are just for looking at, so why is this on the list? But what if I told you this one invites you behind the scenes? Corny joke. Literally, we can walk right under the water. The place that I'm talking about here is Nabegataki Falls in Kumamoto Prefecture. It's not just the waterfall, it's an immersive experience. Walking behind a curtain of water, come on dog. Oh, it's like stepping into a secret world of some sort. So how do you get here? From Kumamoto City, it's about a 90-minute drive to the falls. If you're not cool with driving, buses from Aso Station can get you close, followed by a short, easy walk through some absolutely beautiful scenery. One of the things you should really do while you're here is take your time. Really enjoy the falls. Feel the mist, capture the unique experience. Then afterwards, head out to Aso Volcano, which is the largest active volcano in Japan, for some absolutely incredible views. Question for you. Have you ever seen water so clear and so vibrant that it looks like somebody just turned up the saturation like it was a photo? How do you find this next spot and what makes the colors so mesmerizing? The place I'm talking about is Nikobuchi in Kochi Prefecture, famous for its Myodo blue waters. The water is almost glowing with how pure and clear it is, which stems from rich mineral water that flows through the surrounding mountains. To get here from Kochi Station, it's a scenic 90-minute drive into the mountains. Again, you can catch a taxi. Once you arrive, there's a short trail that'll lead you to the pool, which sits at the base of a small waterfall. So while you're here, enjoy the view and the peaceful sounds of nature. Remember, no swimming here. Again, don't break the rules. No swimming here. It's a sacred place. Afterward, you can check out Yasui Valley, and it has absolutely gorgeous views with especially really beautiful in fall, and there's some more hidden waterfalls. Imagine a piece of art so massive, you need to see it from above to take it all in. And here's the twist. It's made entirely of sand. So what's the story behind a giant sand coin? And how do you really experience it? The place I'm talking about here is Zenigata Sunae in Kanagawa Prefecture. It's a 120-meter sand replica of the Kane Tsuho coin, which was a currency from Japan's Edo period. Local legend says that simply seeing it brings you good fortune. So that's reason enough, right?
I'll make it rain all day long.
How do you get here? Head to Kotohiki Park in Kanronji City, and that's where the coin is actually located. The best view is from the park's observation deck, and you can see the coin and its frame sorted by the Seto Inland Sea for a gorgeous background. Check it out during sunset for an even more magical experience. Once you see that, you can stroll through the rest of Kotohiki Park. There's beautiful gardens and a small museum showcasing some rare coins. Afterwards, you can check out Ritsunin Garden, which is one of Japan's most beautiful traditional gardens, or try Kagawa Prefecture's famous Senuki Udon. You might be thinking you've seen everything Kyoto has to offer, but I promise you, this historic wooden bridge is something you probably haven't. It offers a quiet escape from the typically tourist-packed streets. So why is a bridge, of all things, worth visiting? And how do you find it in a city as busy as Kyoto? I'm talking about Kozuyabashi Bridge. It's a peaceful spot surrounded by beautiful scenery. It's sort of got this rustic charm, and if you really take it in, you can hear the sound of the river below, and it feels like you're being transported back in time. So how do you get here? Take the JR Sagano line at Kameoka Station, which is just 30 minutes from Kyoto. From there, it's a short 10-minute taxi ride to the bridge. So while you're here, you can stroll across the bridge, enjoy the surrounding countryside. You can explore nearby Kameoka, which is a former castle town, or you can take a scenic riverboat ride down the Hosogawa River, and you'll float past some really gorgeous scenery. Again, a theme of this is really taking these experiences in. What if I told you with this last place, one of Japan's most breathtaking landscapes, appears for only a few hours every day, and you'll need perfect timing to catch it? So how do you plan to visit something that requires such tight timing? The place I'm talking about is Okoshiki Beach in Kumamoto Prefecture. See, at low tide, the ocean pulls back and reveals these really cool sand patterns that are like caused, they're etched in by the waves. And at sunset, the pools that are left reflect the sky. And it creates this really cool otherworldly scene. Similar to the terraces, you've got to really pay attention to the tide, and you want to time it so that you catch it at sunset. So really paying attention to what time the sun's going to set that day and time of year, because with the season, sunsets change and so on and so forth. So really pay attention to that stuff to catch this. How do you get here? From Kumamoto City, take a train to Uto Station, followed by a short taxi ride to the beach. So again, plan your visit around low tide, and if you can, aim for sunset. It's an experience you will not forget. While you're here, you can check out the Mikorai Beach Observatory for a panoramic view, and afterwards, you can check out Misumi Westport for some more of the natural coastal beauty, or you can visit Uto Town to sample some fresh local seafood. Now you know about Japan's hidden treasures, but let me tell you more. Japan is full of surprises, and some might challenge everything you think you know about this country. So this next video I cover the unexpected side of Japan and discover some of the myths, common misconceptions, and realities that not everyone is talking about.